Now we're going to talk about something that not a lot of people are aware of, which is environmental engineering. So this is the process of engineering the environment, basically. So a lot of people rely on willpower, and willpower sucks. I know that sounds really basic, but willpower is not reliable. Whereas changing your environment to suit you will be a lot more effective for a lot of clients. So the first thing we really need to do this is to understand the client's environment, their home, workplace, social circles, where they hang out, and all those things. Because the more we are aware of this, the more we can be aware of opportunities and also challenges. So their home environment, their kitchen setup, their workplace, social and external factors. So if we are, looking at someone and they work in a workplace with tons of like cake and stuff like that available all the time and always there, it is going to be really hard. The reason why that's going to be really hard, that temptation's always going to be there. We can't remove that. So we need to try and engineer the environment in some way. What we'll generally find is that we have a lot of opportunities to engineer the home and a lot of challenges with the environment that people work in. So from there, first thing you need to do is make the environment work for the client. So all these strategies here that we talk about, stocking the kitchen with foods, meal prep, labeling, workplace adjustments, social situations, all those things there, if we can start planning for these, it's going to make people be it's going to make people find it a lot easier to stick to their plan and not go off track. Now, what I generally tell people is it's going to require some short-term sacrifice for a long-term outcome. Because once people learn that they can do without these things, they generally find that they can stick to that for a longer period of time. It becomes habitual rather than just something that they do randomly. They habitually stick to the good habits that they need to have, and they do that. It's a winning day. And next one is to foster social support. So family and friends, workout accountability partners, yourself on the app, having a community for your business, like a group chat on your app or a Facebook group or something like that. Anything like that can really help bring people together and make it more likely that they're going to stick on track. So always asking the clients what their social support is. Do they have someone to support them? That's going to be a huge thing in making sure that they can actually achieve their results, because once they understand there's people that can support them, they can then ask those people for support. And then from there, we need to create consistent routines for that. So get the clients to do this using specific impact change continue, looking at their food journal, and ready, willing, and able to come up with consistent routines that they can do each day for these particular issues that they may be having, such as always reaching for snacks. The client needs to be the agent of the change. The client needs to be the agent of the change. So if the client's not the agent of the change, it's highly unlikely they're going to do the thing. From there, we can use triggers. People use visual boards, people use motivational quotes or pictures on the fridge. It doesn't matter. Again, the client needs to be the agent of the change. So we can help them come up with behaviors. They need to pick them, but they also need to pick the cues that they're going to use to help set the habit loop. The more we can get the client to have input on it, the better off we're going to be. And then we need to address emotional triggers. Okay, so using the food journal here and self-compassion are your two biggest tools to do that. I can speak, I swear, because we can then use that to find out what the triggers are, and then realistically, no technique is better than any other one. Again, no dogma. It applies across everything we do for dealing with stress. For some people, stress management like meditation, deep breathing, breath work. For some people, going on Call of Duty and blowing people apart. It doesn't make a difference. It's what the client actually finds stress relieving. So for myself, when I was going through a lot of stress and really struggling with a lot of things at the beginning part of this business and really trying to grow it to a decent level, stress is huge. Zelda on Nintendo Switch was my biggest stress management technique. It was very calming for me. It worked far better than meditation or anything like that because it took my mind off what I was doing. Meditation, I know it's a skill, but I kept on going back to thinking about what I had to do. So again, it's not that anything is better than the other. It's just that what does the client have? The client needs to be the agent of a change. And if you can do that, all these environmental engineering things, you can make clients' choices easier for that person.